of the other.
You'll live 10 years longer if you don't touch alcohol.
But it's 6 of one and a half a dozen of the other.
Why live 10 years longer if you have no fun at all?
If you drink your scotch and dry, then you watch your teeth decay.
If you stay completely dry, they'll fall out anyway.
So it's 6 of one and a half a dozen of the other.
Never wash with sponge cake,
Cause the crumbs get in your eye.
How's Doris?
She all right?
How is she?
Not so good. That fall was pretty bad.
Come in. You can stay with her while I check on the ambulance.
Tough luck, honey. Sure was.
Well, I've been expecting it for years. Finally, it happened.
Don't worry. You'll soon be all right.
Sure. But, boys, if anything should happen, I want you to promise to do something for me.
Anything you say, darling.
You count on me.
I want you to look out for Sally. With Joe gone, there's no one else I can depend on. And I know you boys will do the right thing by her. Boys. Will you bring the baby down to the hospital, boys?
Sure. Just as soon as we take our makeup off. Don't you worry about anything.
Everything will be all right.
I'm afraid Doris hasn't got a chance.
That's tough. Something tells me we're going to get into an awful lot of trouble if we try to bring up a baby. What do you mean, something tells you? Ah, you gotta sing the baby.
All right, you sing for her.
All right. I'll be down to get you in a taxi, honey. I better be ready about 8:30. Oh, honey, don't be late. I'll be down there with...
Oh, that isn't it. You gotta sing lullaby.
Oh, let somebody else try it.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Sleep, baby, sleep. Close to my breast. And I will sing to you tender lullaby. Ole, ole, dee, ole, dee, dee, oh, ole, dee, dee, oh, ole, ole, dee, ole, dee, dee, oh, dee.
Hey, fella, did you see our ad in the Variety? The Palace. The Palace.
Something tells me we'll never play that date at the Palace.
All the time something's telling you. You must be physic or something.
You mean psychic. Well, maybe I am. A lot of people are and don't know it.
Say, maybe you're right. You know, I had a hunch on a horse yesterday, named Niagara Falls.
There you are. Did it win?
No, but it's still running. Did you get it? Did you get it?
Oh, cut it out.
Hey, Billy, look. Did you see it? Our ad in the Variety. Look at... What's the matter?
Well, Sally's got the mumps. Mumps? I felt it. I felt it.
It's nothing serious, but you boys will have to be quarantined.
Not me. I was quarantined when I was 4 years old. Right there, I'll show you.
No, he means we can't leave the place.
It's nothing to worry about. It's only for 10 days.
Say, you can't do that to us. We're opening at the palace this afternoon. Look.
I'm sorry, boys. There's an epidemic. And the Board of Health has made emergency rules.
No, this is a pretty... How have you been?
That's all right, Sally. We're lucky we got quarantined. We're not ready for the palace yet.
Oh, that's silly. Mumps is strictly for kids. Who ever heard of grown-ups getting mumps? Why, it's ridiculous.
I wish you'd hurry up and get well so I can go out and play.
Oh!
I wonder what's become of Sally.
Now, why should you wonder what's become of Sally?
She ought to be through at the cafe by now.
Something tells me she's got other things on her mind lately.
No. Something's always telling you something again. I wish something would tell you how we can get the rent so we don't get flung out of here.
Don't worry, boys. If we get thrown out, here's a perfect spot to move to.
Where?
Listen to this. Large, airy room.
One.
Second floor, rear.
Ah.
Overlooking yard.
Terrific.
Southern exposure.
Well, that sounds great. Where is it?
874 West 49th Street.
That's here.
That's right. Present occupants will positively vacate immediately.
That's us.
Landlady, Mrs. Updike.
That's me.
That's that.
What's more, I mean it. I've got to have the money for my rent. I've carried you long enough. Who do you think I am? Atlas? I'm not running this place for love. I want my rent or out you go. I don't mean you, baby.
There's Sally.
Who's that guy with her? Looks like a suspicious character.
Well, darling, I guess I'll have to leave you for a while.
I can't stand these separations, Sally.
Oh, it's only for a verse and two choruses.
You sing them right to me, okay.
I promise.
Put somebody on in our place. We'll do the rest of our act later.
Okay, Bill.
Hey, listen, fella, who are you?
Answer yes or no.
My name's Townsend, Tony Townsend.
Well, what's your racket? What's your racket?
I'm with the law firm here.
Say, what can he do to you for not paying your rent?
You see, some friends of his are in little trouble.
Well, I only look after my family's investments.
Oh, one of those millionaire playboys, eh?
Trifling with a young girl's affection.
What's Sally to you?
Now, wait a minute. I'm crazy about Sally.
What's your intentions? What's your intention?
To marry her.
Did you propose to her yet?
Only 482 times.
What'd she say?
She said no.
482 times?
She give any reason?
A woman only needs to have a reason when she says yes.
Say, wait a minute. I know who you fellas are. Sally told me all about you. I'd like to have your permission to take Sally with me to my home in North Madison to meet my aunt and a lot of other nice people there. I'm leaving tomorrow.
Is that so? She already knows a lot of nice people. She knows us.
Sally's gonna sing.
Speaking in the vernacular, I'm just a total loss. I do nothing spectacular to put myself across. I'll never leave my footprint in the famous sands of time. And yet I have my moments when the world is all in rhyme. I'm in my glory whenever I'm out with you, whether we're down at Kelly's or in a spot on the avenue. I'm in my heaven whenever you're by my side, putting my best foot forward and beaming with pride. When I'm out on my own, there's no one who's duller, but with you, it's a horse of a different color. Life's hunky-dory, it's funny what love can do. I'm right in my glory when I'm with you.
Whenever I'm out.
I'm in my glory. Oh, la-di-dum, la-da-dum, dee-dee-dee. I'm in my heaven whenever you're by my side. I'm putting my best foot forward. La-ra-ra-ra. Oh, when I sing by myself, I can't reach a high note. But with you by my side, every high note is my note. La-dee-da. Life's hunky-dory, funny what love can do. I'm right in my glory, glorified and filled with pride when I'm out with you.
Oh, come on, Sally. Won't you marry me?
483.
But listen, Sally, if you don't marry me, you're going to break an old family tradition.
Oh, really?
My father was married. My grandfather, my great-grandfather. Well, lots of them.
Ah, you fool. Of course I'll marry you. But I just can't leave the boys now. They need me.
I need you, too.
Oh, Tony, you don't know what they've done for me. And, well, now that they're up against it, I just can't get married and walk out on them.
But they told me they had plenty of money.
Oh, they did they?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're better actors than I thought they were. They're dead broke.
But I'd be glad to help them.
No. Perhaps in a little while they'll get some work. But until then, you'll just have to be patient.
We gotta do something. We'll make 'em marry him, aunt or no aunt. I ain't gonna stand for this.
Wait a minute. I got it. Well, look who's here.
It's a small world, isn't it?
I just got some grand news. A letter from Dave Clark, our old agent. You remember him. He's a big shot out in Hollywood now. He has a big movie contract for us.
You didn't tell us anything.
Listen, have a swell job for you starting at $1,000 a week for the first 6 months, $2,000 for the next 6 months,
How time flies.
and $4,000 the next year. Can you accept? Wire.
California, here we come.
Oh, boy, that's wonderful. Wonderful. Dear old Dave. He used to bounce me on his knee when I was a kid. Remember?
You better not try it now.
I'll send him a wire right now and tell him what a darling he is to remember us. Come on, Tony.
Tell him he forgot to mention about the third year. No. $1,000 a week the first 6 months. $2,000 a week the second 6 months. What's the idea? What's the idea?
I had to do it. Otherwise, Sally would never marry that guy, and you know it.
But $1,000 a week, it's a pittance. A mere pittance.
But the letter was a phony, you sap.
Well, I refuse to be insulted in a phony letter. I got my pride. I'm surprised at him after the friends we've been. Just shows you. Familiarity breeds, stuff.
Don't you understand the letter was a fake? There was no offer from Hollywood.
No.
Oh, Bertie.
none of that. No.
Oh, don't strain yourself, Bertie.
No.
Well, a bunch of fakers. I've known it all along.
One moment, madam. You're addressing office. I used to work with Southern.
Southern Pacific, and you're going to pull out of here on time. I don't mean you, baby.
No. No.
That doesn't mean you, baby.
Listen, you.
That's it.
What's it?
One of us has got to marry Mrs. Updike.
Yeah. Oh, cut it out now. Cut it out. Lay off me now. Lay off me.
Oh, I'm surprised at you. Where's your loyalty? When we were on the road, didn't we always let you carry the baggage?
You sure did.
And didn't we always let you sleep in the upper berth?
You fellas were sure swell.
And did we ever burden you with handling your share of the money?
No, you never did. Oh, forgive me, fellas. You touched me. I'll marry her. But bring her on quick.
You gotta propose to her first.
I never proposed to a dame in my life.
Oh, that doesn't matter. Come on, let's get down to business. Now, Jimmy will be Mrs. Updike.
But temporarily.
Of course. Oh, there's nothing to it. Now, go ahead and grab her. Go on, go on, go on.
Grab her?
Certainly, go ahead.
Oh, this is silly.
Now, wait a minute, now,
That's the silliest thing I've ever heard
Wait a
in
minute.
my life.
Wait a minute. Now you say, Mrs. Updike, I love you. Will you marry me?
Go on. Go on. Well, I'm telling you, I'm not going to like it.
Go on.
Look at that puss. Look at that.
Oh, never mind. Go ahead and say it.
Mrs. Updike, there's something I want to speak to you about. There's something I want to speak to you about.
Remember you to give them appropriate music.
Go right ahead. I'm in the mood.
She's in the mood.
I'm in the mood for love, simply because you're near me.
You know, Bertie, I often dream of a little rose-covered cottage. Just big enough for two. I'm not so young anymore, but...
The old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be, ain't what she used to be, ain't what she used to be.
Mrs. Updike, Maria, I mean Fanny.
My name is Penelope.
I love you. Will you marry me?
Will I?
They're in a clinch. Oh, that tiger! 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 Inasmuch as we, your forefathers, have just announced your engagement to Mr. Tony Townsend, we want to present some tokens of our affection and esteem. First gift is from Jimmy, a handsome platinum and diamond wristwatch. Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy, it's beautiful. Oh, you're a darling.
Next, Bert's gift. Now, this will come in handy when you're married. An electric refrigerator. Bert.
Oh, thank you, darling. That's as lovely as the wristwatch.
Last but not least, the combined gift of Misha and your humble servant, a baby grand piano. Misha. Oh.
That's the most beautiful piano I've ever seen.
Maybe you'd better ship it to North Madison.
Yeah. A baby grand piano can travel half fare. Did you get it? Did you get it? Oh, cut it out!
Well, baby, those are the things we'd have liked to have given you, and more, too, if we'd had the money.
And you'll get all those things as soon as we get our first salary check.
Oh, come on, let's get to the airport.
Sally, you don't mind if we don't go with you?
Aren't you all coming?
Well, no, we
We
talked
thought
it
we'd
over.
say goodbye here, like we're going to see you later.
I understand.
Listen, you. She's been our little sweetheart for 19 years.
And she'll be my little sweetheart for 90.
You see, Doris, it'll be the first time she'll ever be away from us.
Now, listen, boys, I want to confess something. I never would have accepted Tony if you hadn't got that picture job. Am I right, Tony?
That's right. So before you even start, you've got 2 fans.
That's something. Look what 2 fans did for Sally Rand.
Come on, get out of here before we change our minds.
Goodbye, Billy.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Sally. Goodbye, Sally. Goodbye, Tony. Goodbye, Tony.
Goodbye.
Well, she's gone.
What are you crying for?
Who's crying?
Yeah, there's nothing to cry about.
Yes, telegram for you, boy.
Jimmy, Misha, listen to this. Sally's telegram gave me great idea. Stop. Can place you in forthcoming feature musical if you can manage to get to Hollywood immediately. Dave Clark.
How do you like that?
Take me back to my boots and saddle. Yo-ho-ho, yo-ho-ho, yo-ho-ho. Whoopee! Down, 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 whoop, down, down, down.
What do you got there?
Oh, why, we're celebrating.
Somebody pay the rent?
Oh, these are the decorations for our wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Just think, you've loved me all the time.
Yeah.
Why didn't you ever tell me?
Well,
I know. It was because you were shy.
you said it. I was shy of the price of the engagement ring.
Oh, was an engagement thing all that stood between us?
Well, it helped.
Oh, now, don't worry, darling. Here, take my old engagement ring and have it put in a new setting. I was thinking that an appropriate inscription would be from BL to PU.
You said it. It certainly would.
Hey, come here.
Yeah, what do you want?
Don't be long, Mousy.
What do you want?
We got a job in pictures.
Now, don't start that stuff again. I got enough trouble.
It's on a level. If we can just get to Hollywood, all our troubles are over.
Your troubles may be over, but mine are just beginning. Look at this.
Gentlemen, we're practically in Hollywood. Pack our stuff.
Come with me. Where you going? Wait a minute, where you going?
Come on.
No, I won't do it. I won't do it, I'm telling you.
It's only a loan.
Well, I won't do it.
Now, wait. We'll pay Mrs. Updike back out of our first week's salary. Or maybe the second. Oh, come on.
No, I won't do it. We'll all be pinched for arson.
Oh, don't be silly. Arson is when something is burned up.
Well, what do you think Mrs. Updike's going to be? No, I won't do it. I won't do it. No.
Very well. There's only one way out.
What's that?
We 3 will go to Hollywood. You stay here and marry her.
No.
darling, I want you to meet Mrs. Peabody. Of course, you've heard of Mrs. Peabody. She's the Elizabeth Barrett Browning of North Madison.
Welcome, my dear. Tony's a very fortunate young man.
Thank you. Your Aunt Hortense is certainly sold on your new fiancé, isn't she?
You blame her?
Well, of course, you know, Tony, I consider myself jilted.
Jilted? Why, Clarice, you know I wouldn't think of taking you away from all those other guys. May I have her for a moment, Aunt Hortense?
Of course, you run along, you darling. I think it's very nice, don't you, Mrs. Peabody? I'm very pleased about the whole thing.
For me?
Yes, miss.
Oh, it's from the boys. Oh, aren't they sweet?
Oh, there you are, my dear. I want you to meet Colonel J. Addison Brooks, publisher of the North Madison Bugle. Colonel Brooks, Miss Brown.
Charm, my dear.
How do you do? I'm glad you approved, Colonel. I was so afraid that Tony would fall into the clutches of an actress or something like that. But I always say, a miss is as good as a mile. What do you always say, Colonel?
Tony, doesn't your aunt know that I've been on the stage?
Oh, she's got a lot of funny ideas, and I thought it'd be better not to say anything just yet.
Oh, you might have at least told me how she felt about it.
But, darling, she thinks you're great. I'm going to tell her everything after the wedding.
After the wedding? Well, you don't think for a moment that we're going to be married under these conditions. I'm going to tell your aunt just who and what I am right here and now. Pardon me. May I speak to you a moment, alone?
Alone, my dear?
Well, not necessarily. There's something I think you should know.
Oh, what is it?
I just learned that you object to Tony's marrying anyone in the theater.
Oh, well, we don't have to worry about that now. He has you.
Do you consider me common or vulgar?
Oh, no.
Well, I've been on the stage practically all of my life. And Tony said he fell in love with me when he heard me sing down at Mose and Mike's Club Petite.
Oh, you have the most charming sense of humor. Is this true, Tony?
Yes, it's true, and what of it? Come on, Sally.
Oh, Mrs. Peabody. Miss Applewhite.
But what difference does it make? Now that Aunt Hortense knows about you, the worst part of it's over.
Well, the worst part of it may be over as far as she's concerned.
But, darling, I don't care anything about her, my share of the estate, or... All I want is to marry you.
Oh, it's no use, Tony. I know how those things work out.
Now, what could happen?
Well, what could and probably would happen is that in a couple of years from now, if we were married, you'd say to yourself, what a fool I was to give up a fortune for this.
That's ridiculous.
I've seen it happen, Tony. And I'm not going to let it happen to us.
But I don't care if I never see a penny of the money. I can make plenty if it's for you.
Oh, you're sweet.
And as far as Aunt Hortense is concerned, she can keep her
No,
phony...
Tony, I won't let you do it. I'm going to get myself a job.
Oh, come on, Sally. Let me drive you wherever you're going.
Not where I'm going. I'm sure your aunt wouldn't approve. Go on, driver.
What do you want here?
I'd like to speak to Mr. Applon.
Can't you see he's busy?
Thank you. I'll wait.
Now, wait a minute. What's going on here? What kind of a music is that? What do you play? Why, that's in the wrong key, it's the wrong piece, and it's from the wrong picture.
Why, I've been playing this for 2 months.
No wonder it's wrong. What do you play?
I don't play.
Why?
I'm afraid to make a mistake.
Afraid to make a mistake? Why don't you sell peanuts, sourpuss?
No, I'm a Filipino.
Filipino, well, you can still be a sourpuss. Where do you come from?
Manila.
Huh?
Manila.
What do you like?
Manila.
Well, I'll take chocolate. Sit down there.
Come in.
What's going on here?
Nothing.
Are you telling me? Now, come on, boys, will you? This is a very important engagement. Now, follow me.
Hey, Dave.
What are you doing here?
Why, you told us to follow you.
You told us to follow you. Why don't you speak English?
Why don't you?
Sit down there, I'll put you back in the trunk. Sit down there, will you? Go ahead, sit down. Why, you boys driving me crazy.
It's too late.
Who said that?
Yes! Manila.
Hello, Papa.
Oh, howdy, Mr. Townsend.
Okay, thanks. So we asked Dave to come in here a minute. I want to see him privately.
Okay.
Oh, hello, Mr. Townsend.
Hello, Dave.
How are you?
Fine. Say, there's something I want you to do for me.
Yes?
There's a young lady in there looking for a job.
But I don't need anybody.
You don't understand. I'll pay her salary.
Oh, I understand.
And don't let her get away from here. If she seems dissatisfied about anything, give her a raise. I'll pay for everything.
All right. Oh, wait a minute, Mr. Townsend. If you run into a snappy little blonde, will you please send her over here? I need a new head check girl.
I'll keep my eyes open.
Me too. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Athlon.
You want a job, don't you? Well, you're engaged.
You don't even know me. Don't you want to hear me sing?
Sing and spoil everything?
Billy, Misha, look. Maybe someday you'll believe me. We've got to get off this bus and get back to North Madison.
That's right, Sally's in trouble.
Well, there goes our picture job.
Yeah, our big chance. The other time it was mumps.
There he is, fellas. There's Tony.
I'll get him.
Hey, what's the matter with you fellas?
What's this about Sally?
Why, it's nothing to get tough about. Get in the car and come up to the cabin. I'll tell you all about it. And so Sally says she won't marry me until I get Aunt Hortense straightened out. It's all a matter of pride with her.
Well, you love Sally, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And you still want to marry her, don't you?
Of course.
Only your aunt's social notion stands in the way, is that it? Listen, would you help us put over something that would solve the whole problem?
Gladly.
Good. First, we're going to need a little money.
The sky's the limit.
Okay. I'm going to see that you get her. Aren't we, boys? But first of all, the most important thing is Sally must not know anything about this.
I don't know what your plan is, but wouldn't it be great if we could get some smart woman to get into Aunt Hortense's confidence?
Where does she keep it? I'll get into it.
Don't you understand? Tony says he wants a woman.
Who don't?
Lady Gwendolyn Flintridge, madam.
What am I supposed to say? Knock, knock?
Lady Gwendolyn Flintridge is calling, madam.
Well, show her in, show her in. How do you do, Lady Flintridge?
A little bit of all right, thanks very much.
Won't you sit down, Lady Flintridge?
Oh, righto. Inasmuch as we've never met, I presume that it's only cricket that I make an explanation. The purpose of my call is to, well, more or less check up on your family antecedents.
My antecedents?
Well, of course, I wouldn't give a ballyhoot if your nephew were going to marry my favorite niece.
Oh, is Sally Brown your niece?
Well, rather. Of course, that's an nom de plume. And she must make no mistake in her choice of a husband.
Well, if I do say it myself, we've always considered our family tree very impressive.
For instance?
Well, my great-great-great-grandfather came over on the Mayflower.
Maiden voyage?
No. He got down to the dock too late and the boat had sailed.
but he made the second trip.
Oh, that's top hole. I'll make an item of that in my night cable to my brother, Sally's father, the Marquis of Durham.
How does it happen that you and the Marquis of Durham allow Sally to associate with the vulgar people of the theatre?
Why, strike me pink. The Marquis, Sally's father, is an actor.
Oh, you don't say.
His Hamlet was the sensation of London. They gave him the Victoria Cross for it.
Oh, I thought they only gave that for bravery.
You should have seen his Hamlet.
I'm sure he was a very great actor.
Well, by the by.
You know, Lady Gwendolen, I'm so glad you came. I've wanted a confidant. You know, I'm very artistic, as my late husband, in fact, the whole family, had a very strong prejudice against the theatre. As a matter of fact, you know, at times I'm so confused that I'd be thinking of consulting a fortune teller.
Those fortune tellers are all unreliable, but utterly. You need a Swami.
But where would you find one outside of India?
I'm just the person. A Swami I've known intimately. He was our family Swami. He used to swam for us when my brother was on the staff of the Viceroy in India.
Oh, I must meet him immediately. It's all too wonderful.
Oh, I must be off. I must get back to my hotel.
Well, don't forget to bring the Swami back.
Righto.
Righto.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Pip-pip.
Pip-pip.
Shove off. Gentlemen, Aunt Hortense is in the bag.
So she went for it, huh?
Oh, but definitely.
And, Misha, I got you all fixed up. You're going to have the biggest chance of your life.
Huh?
Sure. You're going to play a Swami.
Well, that's right up my alley. What's a Swami?
Way down upon the Swami River.
Get out, will you? Quiet, quiet.
Say, why should he be a whatever you call it? Why not me?
Because I practically made a life study of that sort of thing. I know all the occult sciences and I'm up on the lingo.
Then you're elected to the Swamicy by a unanimous vote. I brought along some books. You can brush up on it.
Oh, I've read all these, practically know them by heart.
Mental telepathy. See, that's happened to me often. You think of someone, the telephone rings, and there they are.
Oh, mental telepathy is an accepted fact. But levitation, that is very interesting.
Levitation?
Levitation has to do with elevating people or objects and suspending them in midair.
You mean like who's this?
Exactly. Except it is done with concentration, terrific willpower, and mental control. It is practiced among the fakers of the Far East.
Do you think it'll work this far west?
For heaven's sakes, don't practice it on Aunt Hortense.
It probably would not work on her. To accomplish levitation, the subject must have a very weak mind.
I better lock all the windows before you float yourself out of here.
Come on, Tony. Cut me out of this armor, will you? It's choking me to death.
The subject should have practically no mentality.
If you're going to try that, you better strap yourself to the chair.
Concentrate. 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 Obey. The subject must obey. Concentrate. Exert your willpower. The subject must obey. It's no use. I can't do it.
All finished.
Everything all ready?
Take a look at that.
What's that for?
That's for the Swami to sit on.
Well, how can anybody sit on this?
Wait, I'll show you. This is lovely. Now, Jimmy, release that thing. Jude. See, that's all there is to it.
We managed to sneak in without being seen. Now wait here and don't forget what you're supposed to do.
Don't try and tell an old trooper what to do, citizen.
The Swami Khan, Gopal Chiva, is here, madam.
Oh, show him in! Show him in!
I want you to meet...
I know them. I know everybody. I know everything.
You make a great stooge for Winchell.
Won't you?
Chairs are uncomfortable.
Of course, how stupid of me.
Lights. The Swami is now ready. Is there anyone you wish to speak to?
Well, there was a boy I knew once, but I have no idea where he is now.
When did you see him last?
He was 12 and I was only 10. Then I heard later he was a lumberjack and still later that he was a wrestler.
Concentrate and call him.
Hector Grimes!
Maybe the Swami's antenna isn't working properly. Or perhaps he needs a new set of tubes.
Miss Stockbridge is definitely antagonistic to this seance.
Maybe you're right.
Try to talk louder.
Do you mind if I help you?
I know. No, not at all.
Hector!
Oh! Where are you, Hecky? Are you a wrestler or a lumberjack in Canada?
I'm a lumberjack. Are you my lumberjill?
Oh, Hecky.
Hortense wants some advice.
Yes, Hecky. I want to ask you about Tony.
True love should not be put,
Asunder.
asunder.
Oh, how right you are. You and I were torn asunder, too. My heart bleeds at the thought of it.
I'm bleeding a little myself.
The seance is over. The Swami's a bit fatigued.
Oh, Swami, would you and your Swamiette do me the honor of being my guest for a few days? I have so much to talk over with you.
Something tells me I should accept your invitation.
The refreshments are in the conservatory. Oh, there you are.
I've read quite a bit about Swamis, and it's always been my understanding that their regulation meal never exceeds 50 grains of rice.
Oh, I'm sure the Swami was fixing that for me. Weren't you, Swami? Thank you.
53.
I'd have given anything in the world to have been there.
Oh, and I want to tell you, boy, that is a relief. Well, I'm going to get some sleep.
You're entitled to it.
Well, we certainly put it over on the old girl, didn't we? How was I? How was I?
You were all right after you woke up.
Hey, what was the idea of somebody stabbing me?
The only reason you were stabbed is because we didn't have a gun.
How'd you like me as Hector? I put it over, didn't I? True love must never be put oh, that almost sticks me.
Asunder.
Asunder, yeah. What does it mean?
To tear apart.
Boy, I'd like to asunder a herring right now.
Listen, I'm going to sleep and I don't want you guys to bother me until morning.
Say, even with that wig, you don't appeal to me.
I can't hold you any longer. Our romance has had its day. You say a new love is stronger. I'll never stand in your way. More power to you if you can love again. More power to you. I still remember when you said we'd be together. You said we'd never part. Then, like a change in weather, you changed your heart. If you can decide to make a jest of it, I'll pocket my pride and make the best of it. And if it's within your power to find love with someone new, then I say more power to you. If you can decide to make a jest of it, I'll pocket my pride and make the best of it. And if it's within your power to find love with someone new, then I say more power to you.
Hello?
Hello, Sally, darling.
Oh, hello.
I want you to come over to see me tomorrow.
Yes, I'll come to see you. No, I mean it. Yes, I promise. Is Tony there?
Why, no doubt.
Who are you calling, Louie?
Manila. I told the servants to do everything to make you feel at home during your stay. Oh! Oh, you must forgive this one error. But you see, the servants don't understand. The swamis hardly ever eat. Oh. Good night and rest well.
This is a Townsend place, all right. Maybe nobody's home.
Tony. Tony. There's someone coming to the door now.
Hello,
Well,
Tony.
hello. What a surprise.
What's the idea of being in bed so early?
Well, there's nothing else to do in North Madison, and you won't let me sit at the club every night.
Oh, you know how people talk. I've got some good news for you. That Hortense phoned me a little while ago and invited me over tomorrow. I promised I'd go.
Oh, that's something.
Well,
Hmm?
well, aren't you going to invite me in?
Oh, sure, of course. Come on in. Tell me all about it. What happened?
Well, I just finished my number when Gus told me there was a phone call for me. Of course, I thought it was you. And when I picked up the receiver,
It was Aunt Hortense. What did she say?
Oh, so there's nothing to do in North Madison, eh?
Wait a minute, Sally. This isn't what it looks like.
Oh, no?
But listen, I can explain this easily.
Well, go ahead.
But not now.
Well, explain to your girlfriend that her hat's out of style.
Good morning.
I think Sally's left town.
What?
And you've got to get over to the house right away and see if Aunt Hortense has heard anything from her.
Well, wait a minute. What if Sally's over there? It'll ruin everything if she sees me in this outfit.
And everything's ruined if she doesn't.
Oh, all right. The next time I pretend to be a dame, I hope it's in a Turkish bath. Then you don't know what to put on around here in the morning, whether you're going to be a man or a woman when you go out.
Oh, Swami! Oh, it's a turkey.
You must not breathe a word about this to a soul, not a soul. This is a punishment for my assistant.
You mean that darling little Swami?
He has broken one of the most sacred rules of yogi.
What did he do?
It's one of those things I cannot speak about to a lady.
Oh, well, you can tell me. I was married once.
He has eaten 55 grains of rice, the glutton. He must be punished. He must mortify the flesh. I will make him eat some of this turkey. Maybe all of it.
You'll do no such thing. I won't let you punish that darling little fellow. He's so cute. How would you like it if some great big man made you eat some of that turkey?
Dear, I'm so glad you came. One lump or two, dear?
One, please. Well, I came because I promised you I would.
Now I'm going to make a little speech. There's been a silly misunderstanding, and I'm sorry you were offended. But why in the world didn't you tell me who you were in the beginning?
Well, I didn't think it would matter.
Matter? Oh, you're too modest. A girl with antecedents like you should shout it from the housetops.
Well, that's very sweet of you. Now I want to make my little speech. You needn't worry about Tony as far as I'm concerned. I never want to see him again.
Oh, dear.
Lady Gwendolyn Flintridge.
I imagine you're surprised.
Why should I be?
Oh, Sally, don't act like that. Now that the cat is out of the bag.
What cat? What bag?
Thanks very much.
Oh, Lady Gwendolyn, I didn't expect you quite so early.
Sally, my little niece, aren't you glad to see me?
Do you still leave your clothes strewn all over the room when you undress, Auntie dear?
Well, when did I do that?
Oh, it seems like only yesterday.
Well, I'm so glad you two have gotten together. The suspense is nearly killing me.
Me too.
Good morning, Swami.
Silence. There is someone here named Sally. I have advice for her.
Oh, it'll be wonderful, my dear.
Remain silent. I have a message for Sally. Sally must not worry. Those who love her will help her. Do you understand, Swami, Sally?
I think I'm beginning to.
Do not let anything you hear or see surprise you, Sally.
I'll try not to. I think it's going to be difficult.
No argument with Swami.
Oh, do let him go on. He tells you the most incredible things.
I don't doubt it. Proceed, O Swami.
Sally will marry a man named Tony.
Don't go, Swami. I have something to say to Mrs. Townsend that concerns you, and I want you to hear it. Hortense, I believe you're being made a fool of by this impostor. This faker is a faker, and I can prove it.
Why, Clarice, what are you saying?
I suppose only a Swami can sit on that. Well, if that's the case, I'm a Swami myself. Look. Ah!
Clarice!
Oh, darling.
But you're never going to get away with all this. That snooper Clarice is suspicious already.
We sure spiked her guns.
What do you mean, guns?
We're only doing it for you, honey.
I know that. But sooner or later, Aunt Hortense is going to realize what's being put over on her, and we'll all get run out of town.
Well, you can pack out now. You promised to stay here and help her with the charity show.
Well, I'll string along with you, but I just know it isn't going to work out.
Well, in that case, we better stop Bert.
Bert, I haven't seen him yet. What on earth has he been up to?
He's supposed to be Hector Grimes, her lumberjack sweetheart. Come on, let's head him off.
Oh.
Hold it, Mrs. Townsend.
Mush! Hominy, porridge, cornmeal. Mush! Higher, Hortense! Ooh! Mush!
Too late.
Hiya, haughty old gal. It's Hector. I'm here.
Oh, Hector, you've come to me.
At long last.
Oh, Swami, you're marvelous. And to think that you got my message.
I got it while I was chopping a tree.
Oh, isn't it wonderful? Evelyn's voice sounds exactly the same as it did the other evening.
Well, there was a little static the other evening.
You were such a handsome boy. I can't imagine what's happened to you.
Well, I worry a lot. But never mind that. What are you decided about that love as a...
Asunder.
Yeah, what about it? What about it?
I shall attend to that.
Atta girl, haughty old girl. Atta girl, haughty.
Oh, isn't it cute? Stop it.
Hold it.
Still mad?
Say, aren't you afraid you and Lady Flintridge are going to get talked about?
Oh, so you realize that you were wrong about what happened last night.
Oh, you should feel flattered. I was so jealous.
And incidentally, Lady Gwendolyn says her taste in hats is better than yours.
Ah, you're such a nitwit, but I adore you.
Who's a nitwit?
You are, for ever permitting the boys to start such wild schemes. You should know they'd never work. Oh, Tony, just think what'll happen if she ever sees through all their nonsense. Means the end of us.
Now, take it easy. I have an appointment with our family lawyer tonight to draw up a release. And I'll get Aunt Hortense to sign it right away before anything has a chance to happen.
Oh, I wish you didn't have a dime. Then we'd have nothing to worry about.
Do you remember when I carved our initials in the old oak tree with the hearts entwined?
Yes. And you've been chopping down trees ever since.
And every night by the campfire, I'd sing love songs and think of you.
Do you sing?
Do I?
Well, then you must sing at our charity show.
Say, do they have to come all the way out here to play a benefit?
Do you remember when that fresh Smith boy tried to kiss me and you punched him in the jaw?
Do you remember? Do I?
You're so headstrong.
Ah, go on. I'm strong all over. Don't you need a big protector near you? Always.
Well, I'll have to think about that.
Oh, you flight.
Mind your own business. Well, Cherie, what do you think of the Swami now that my Hector's here?
Well, I must admit it really was remarkable his getting your message. If he really did.
Never have I been so insulted. Never. I, the Swami, Gahan, Gahul, Shiva.
For heaven's sakes, Clarice, what does the Swami have to do to convince you?
He might convince me if he would do something that real Swamis do.
And what might that be, my dear girl?
I've heard a lot about their doing levitation.
Oh, well, of course he can do that.
I will attempt it if you wish. Conditions must be just so, and I must find a suitable subject.
How do you know one of us isn't a suitable subject?
I don't. As you must know, such a person must have very weak mind.
Concentrate. Concentrate. The subject must obey.
Say, Horty, I've been looking for you all over.
Concentrate.
What's going on here?
Let me down. What's going on here?
Oh,
Let me down. Let me down. Let me down out of here. What are you doing? Let me down out of here.
Hey, let me down, let me down. Let me down, will you?
Oh, water! Water, quick, he's fainted!
Give him some acrobatic spirits of ammonia.
Hector, come down from there. I'm expecting guests.
Say, you don't think I'm staying up here on purpose, do you?
Sparrow! Sparrow!
Let me down, will you? Let me down, let me down.
Sparrow, quick! Some water and spirits of ammonia and a ladder or something!
Get a hook and ladder, get the fire department, get the police department. Get me down out of here, will ya?
We'll let you down now. Don't get excited.
Who's excited? Who's excited? Will you get me down out of here?
Oh!
Will you get me down? Will you get me down? What's going on here? Get me down out of here, will you? Get me down out of here. Will you get me down out of here?
Oh, look, he's coming too.
Oh.
Come on, yes.
Oh, Safa, where am I?
Swami! Dear Swami, get him down, will you?
Have him put me in reverse, will you?
Hector, come quickly. Lady Finsbury Swami. I never heard of such a thing. The very idea.
What happened? What is it?
Why, there's an imposter here who says he's Hector.
Says he's Hector? That's a good one. Have him thrown out.
Show the person off the premises.
I'd do it myself, only I don't want to hurt anybody. I'd probably asunder him.
Hortense! Darling! I am Hector.
Oh, let me down, let me down. How dare you?
Yeah, let her down. How dare you?
What do you mean? Are you crazy or not? The real Hector is here.
So that's the little worm pretending to be me. Let me at him!
Better be very careful, young man. He might tear you limb from limb. He's a wrestler.
Who do you think I am? Wee Willie Winky?
May I make a suggestion? These two gentlemen both claim to be Hector Grimes, and they both claim to be wrestlers. You say the real Hector is a great wrestler.
Yes.
Well, why not let them wrestle to decide who's the real one?
Oh, that would be quite an attraction for my charity show. Do you accept?
It'll be a pleasure.
Oh, Billy, I can't wrestle. Bert, you don't have to know anything about wrestling. They're all rehearsed. Nothing to it if you're a good actor.
Well, I am a good actor, but I ain't gonna play Oliver Twist.
Listen, will you stop worrying and let me take care of everything? Now, come on. Let's rehearse some more. Now, does that hurt you?
No, but be careful.
Come on. Give me that agony expression. Again, come on. Swell. Swell. You almost had me believing I was hurting you.
No kidding?
Sure, on the level. Now, come on. Give me that ferocious. Put something into it. Come on, boy, put something into it. There you are. That's great. Now then, give me that old bloodthirsty. Come on, boy. Come on, son. All right, baby. Come on, boy. Hey, what's that?
Foul.
That's what I sneaked over here to tell you. That guy is the real Hector. He'll tear Bert to pieces.
Never mind about that just now. You better get going. If Aunt Hortense catches you without that Lady Gwendolyn makeup, there'll be plenty of trouble.
Oh, are you looking for something?
Oh, yes. I was looking for my sister, Lady Gwendolyn Flintridge.
Oh, then you're the Marquis of Durham, the famous actor. Oh, what luck. You're just in time for my charity show.
That would be ripping.
Are you really Lady Gwendolyn's brother?
Rather, twin brother.
But it's so funny, I don't see the slightest resemblance.
Sally.
Oh, Tony, I'm so glad to see you.
Yes, and your hands are as cold as ice.
Oh, I'm scared to death.
Well, frankly, I am too. Bert can never defeat Hector. It'll be a massacre.
Well, what are we going to do?
We're going to do like the Swami. We are going to hold the thought nothing can keep us apart.
You know everything. Oh, I've got to go on.
Saved by the bell. Good luck.
I like strawberries out of season. I like caviar too. I've got a taste for delicious things. That's why I go for you. If I'm strong for you, there's a reason. You're too good to be true. Let me tell you why. You're the apple of my eye. You're my dish. You're a plate of peaches and cream. And you're like the angel cake Mother used to make. What a heavenly dream. You're the well-known pudding of Yorkshire. You're the famous pastry of France. A tantalizing, appetizing blue plate of romance. You're my dish. You're a combination unripe, and it's clear as soup to me. Loving you would be just as easy as pie. You could be my regular diet, 'cause I think you're simply delish. Oh, you're my icing, sugar icing. You're my favorite dish. You are my favorite dish.
Play, let me see what you should play. Play anything. I'll play something else. My way, river, stay away from my door. I've just got a cabin. You don't need my cabin. River, stay away from my door. Oh, don't come up any higher. I'm all alone. Go away, go away. Leave my bed and my fire. Oh, that's all I own. Why, I ain't breaking your heart. Don't start breaking my heart. River, stay away from my door. Going your way, I'll keep going my way. River, stay away from my door. I've just got a cabin. You don't need my cabin. River, stay away from my door. Don't come up any higher. I'm all alone. Go away, go away. Leave my bed and my fire. Oh, that's all I own. Why, I ain't breaking your heart. Don't start breaking my heart. River, stay away from my door.
Did you get together with Hector so we can be sure everything is going to be okay? Oh, that fathead wouldn't understand anything. Nothing's going to happen. Barring accidents.
What accidents?
That's for your number.
Laugh, clown, laugh. I gotta go on and sing and my heart is breaking.
Oh, you got nothing to worry about. Go ahead.
How does the minute steak look?
Swell.
The days at the dawn, the dawns at the morn, the morns on the lawn, the lawns on the calm, the calms on the cob, all's right with the world, all's right with the world. Now a woodman's life is the life for me, with an all-wool shirt beneath an all-wood tree. For the world is mine, where I stand with a song in my soul. And an axe in my arm. I chop, and I chop, and I chop, till the sun comes up. And with every stroke, the
welcomes ring, when my truest friend, my axe I swing. What can I if the stock should drop? Long as I can chop, 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 chop. Midfield and stream I walk along, with honest toil I earn my wage. With honest breath I fill my song on any concert stage. Poems are made by fools like me, but only a baritone can chop a tree. Only a baritone, very, very baritone, can sing while the tall trees flop. So let me chop, 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 chop. Heave-ho, 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 heave-ho. There's no stopping me or shally-opping when we're chopping a tree. When we're chopping a tree. What do we chop when we chop a tree? 1,000 things that you daily see. The baby's crib, the poet's chair, the soapbox down at Union Square. A bat for dad, a gat for brother, a rolling pin for dear old mother, pickets for the fence, buckets for the well, poles for American tell and tell, flooring for the holy rollers, toothpicks for the holy molars, croquet balls for you and me. That's what we chop when we chop a tree. What do we chop when we chop nature's wood? Guns to protect our womanhood, the better mousetrap, the movie mag, the mast to hoist our country's flag. Handles for the fuller brush, doors to slam the salesman's mush, schoolroom seats, all shapes and classes, for little lads and little lasses, seesaws so we can soar and see. That's what we chop. When we chop a tree, I chop and I chop and I chop till the sun comes up. Heave-ho, 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 heave-ho. There's no stopping me or shally-opping when we're chopping a tree.
The novelty attraction of our program, a real wrestling match. And I want to present the referee of this match, a distinguished visitor in our fair city, the Marquis of Durham.
I thought you told me you was going to be the referee. Shh, that's me.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Canadian Wildcat from the North Woods, Hector Grimes. His opponent, the mystery man from somewhere, Hector Grimes.
How am I doing? Swell. Wait a minute.
Hey, listen, let's rehearse this. Give that ferocious. Now who's Hector? Foul! Foul! Uncle!
Come out and spend your honeymoon with us.
Watch out for that invitation. Our honeymoon's gonna last a lifetime.
That's swell with us. Goodbye, Sally.
Goodbye, Billy.
Goodbye, Johnny.
Bye, Bert. Jimmy.
Don't forget to write. Lots of happiness.
Thanks for everything.